Hello everyone! If you're interested in how I make this tube top here, then please continue watching the rest of the video. And if you haven't already done so, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so what you're going to need to make this tube top is, of course, a couple of scraps of yarn. And I got one right here, another one over here, another one over here. And just grab however many scraps of yarn you guys have at home that are left over from projects that you've done. And of course, you're going to need a crochet needle, crochet hook, and mine is going to be a 5.25mm hook, and that's what I will be using for this whole project. And of course, some scissors and some measuring tape if you guys have some, whichever one you guys have. And we'll be using inches to measure the lower area of our bust. So to get started, what you're going to need to do is grab your measuring tape, and I will show you guys where you will be measuring in just a minute. And you're going to be using the inches side, and you're going to wrap around your waist like I will be showing you here. So here I'm showing you to get your measuring tape for whichever measure tape you have, and to use the inches side, not the centimeters. And here what I'm going to do is wrap my measuring tape around my waist to the lower portion of my bust. Measure that, and whatever number it meets, that will be the number of inches of chain, the foundation chain that you'll make for your piece. And there you go. And now that you've measured the lower part of your bust, what you're going to want to do is grab a scrap of yarn, whichever one you like, and my pick is going to be this one. And you guys can pick whatever color you like. This is just the color that I was going to start with. Alright, now what you're going to want to do is grab your hook and make a slip knot. Alright, now put your hook under this loop right here, like so. Bring up your hook, like so. Tighten it up a bit. And what I measured for the lower portion of my bust, I measured around 30 inches. Now what I'm going to be doing is chaining a foundation chain of 30 inches. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is chaining however many chains I can until I get to 30 inches. Alright, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from here, I'm just gonna keep doing this until I reach those 30 inches, and I will be right back, guys. Alright, now that we measured about 30 inches of that chain that we have here, we're going to be adding about 2 more chains to that foundation chain that we already have, just so that it will measure up to like 30 inches and a half. That way at the end of our project, when we join it all together like so, we have about a ½ inch to work with. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be single crocheting for the first row that we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is chain 1 again. Alright, now I'm going to enter my hook into the next stitch, which is this one over here. Then I'm going to yarn over, pull that through. And you're going to have 2 loops on your hook. Then I'm going to yarn over again and pull that through. And there's my first single crochet of again, we're going to want to do that. And we're going to be doing this for the entire row down, so I will meet you guys there until I get to the last couple stitches. Now that we're getting to the end of this row, right here, I have about 3 more stitches to do. I'm going to show you how to do the second row in just a bit. Alright, now that we're done with the last one, tighten the lower bottom portion of this piece right here. Pull that up if you can. If it's too tight, then it's like mine, then you can't really do anything about it. Now that we got into the end of that row, what you're going to want to do is chain 1. Then you're going to want to flip over your work and make sure that you've measured this whole chain right here and make sure it fits at the lower portion of your bust. And mine fits, and make sure you have like a little portion where you can tighten or where you can stitch up together at the end. Alright, now that you've flipped your work like this, what you're going to want to do is insert your hook into the very next stitch, which is this one right here. Insert your hook through there. Then you're going to want to wrap around your yarn, insert it through the stitch. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook, 2 hooks on, 3, sorry, tongue twister. 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and insert that yarn through those 2 loops. And you're just going to want to do that till the end of the row. And this is basically what it's going to be. You're just going to be single crocheting until you run out of this scrap of yarn here. And I have a pretty good amount of yarn of this color, and if it's a good amount of yarn and you guys want to change the color of it, you guys can. I'm just going to do it until I run out of this color, and hopefully it'll look good to my liking. So I will show you guys what to do next when I get to the next color. Alrighty, now that you're almost done and you're almost at the end of your yarn and ready to change your color, I'm going to show you guys how to change your next color so that you guys can keep going. And hopefully you guys will understand what I'm saying by changing the color. So you're going to want to grab a color of your choosing, grab your yarn, put it on top of your hook just like that, pull through that yarn through your working yarn, tighten up the working yarn, and tighten up this loop right here like so. And there you go. Now you just start single crocheting all the way down to the end of the row. So that's what I'm going to do. And the small ends, you can just have them right under here and just weave them through. That way you won't have to weave them in later. Alright. And this is just what you're going to end up doing for the rest of the other rows, and you're just going to keep crocheting and single crocheting until you get a nice height for your top and a nice fit for your top, however you like it. and you're just gonna keep changing the color every now and then to your liking. Alright, now that we got into the point where it covers our bust, now all we have to do is just the border around this whole piece. So we're going to be going on top, then to the side here, and then to the bottom, and then back up. And then we'll close it off at the end. So that's just what I'm going to do for right now. And I'll meet you guys when it's all done. Alright, so I stopped here to show you guys how the border looks like right now, and this is how it looks like around this whole thing right here. And it doesn't have to be yellow like mine, yours can be black. If you have a black scrap yarn, you can do the border black, or you can do it white. I just did it this color because that was the color that I had, or the scrap color that I had for this piece at least. Now I'm just finishing the border up right here, and then after that I'll be showing you guys how to put this tube top together, and then we'll be all done. So when you get to the last stitch, you're going to want to join it in together with the first stitch that you made in the border. So you're going to put your hook through this stitch right here, like so. You're going to want to yarn over, insert that yarn through that stitch, and insert it through the last loop, like so. After that, what you're going to want to do is join the two pieces together. Like so. And you're just going to want to join them up and close it up. So insert your hook through this side and this side. Yarn over, insert it through those two places. Then you're gonna wanna insert it through that loop and tighten it up. And there you go. And then you're gonna want to continue doing that to the rest. So here goes another one. Well, it's a little tough at first. But once you get it in, it'll become a lot easier. You're just going to keep doing that all the way down until you have none left. And it's going to look like this. And I'll meet you when I'm at the very last stitch. Now we are at the last stitch. Just insert it through there, pull it up, insert it through that last loop. Again, just to make it a little bit more tighter and more secure. Alright. Now what we're going to want to do is pull this up a little bit. insert your hook through the last loop. Do that again. And there you go. Pull it out. Grab your scissors and cut it. Okay. There you go. Now all you're gonna need to do is just weave this little strand in through here, and you're all done. So let me just weave this in and I'll show you the end result. Okay, now that we have it all weaved up, we're gonna need to cut it with the scissors and cut any leftover yarn that might be sticking out as well. And then you're gonna want to flip it over inside out, like so. And there you go. There is your tube top. So I hope you guys found this tutorial very helpful, and I hope you guys liked this tube top, and I hope you guys make some of your own as well with the scrap yarns that you guys have. And hopefully your scrap of yarn will go down with using this tutorial as well. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun doing this with me, and please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more projects just like this. Thank you and have a nice day, guys. Bye bye.